software for analyzing job cost variance for contractors. The myth of software is that software will find all the problems or at least give you all the answers to the test, but the reality is software is entirely dependent on your process. A variance report with no process behind it is really just a pretty picture showing you the money that you've already lost. By the end of this video, you're going to know what job cost variance analysis is and how to build the process that makes any tool you would choose actually helpful. As we're going around both working and talking with different contractors around the country, one of the things we found is sort of these software files. What I mean by that, they're in love with software. And they think that software, as these contractor business owners, are going to solve a lot of the problems and a lot of the headaches that they experience on a regular basis. And what we find is a lot of the software ends up mounting problems and mounting frustrations rather than alleviating those frustrations in them. Why? Is it because the software is bad? No, actually the software is usually really good. In fact, it's many times just over-featured for what's needed from the contractor business. But what we found more often than not is these contractors are suffering not from bad software, but from bad process. We tell people all the time, you don't have a marketing problem or a sales problem, and you don't have a software problem. What you have is a process problem via which you can actually do all of those things with repetition, predictability, and meaning. Here's the thing about software. Tools can help you find problems, but processes are the things that solve them. So in job costing, let's go super basic because I think it would be helpful for you. Number one, what's the value of job costing? At its very basic core, it helps you to understand if each job is profitable or not. And quite honestly, it's a place that in a construction business, you want to be able to start. And so in the most basic form, we're looking at contract value minus cost of goods sold. That gives us our gross profit or gross margin. And then out of that, we've got to take overhead, which then gets us to our net income. But if we look at it like that, total contract value, cost of goods, we've got our gross profit that we suck out our overhead, and that gets us our net income. From there, we've got to start emerging software. So I did my best attempt at giving you a visual of the software in handwritten form up here so you could see how we can leverage tools in order to be able to understand our job costing so that we can understand both job profitability and all of these other questions that job costing can answer for us. It's really a remarkable tool if you think about it. If we would just commit ourselves to doing job costing, it would really free you from the chaos that you feel in running your construction business every day. Now, to take the superimposed handwritten software thing and merge it back into the calculation for job costing, I really want to highlight the cost of goods because a lot of people do get confused about what makes up cost of goods. In fact, if I were to sit here and ask 10 of you to go ahead and line out what are the details of cost of goods, I literally would get 10 different responses. So I want to give you some categorization around this that I think can be helpful. And it's all written down here. Notice I'm going to put in green for obvious reasons, the slime, but this really isn't an I, it's just a line down the middle so that we can better spell the word. And so here's what it means. Subcontractors, labor, material, and equipment. So before we ever buy a piece of software, one of the things that we need to be able to do is go, well, what is job costing in the first place? And if I did have a software, what am I looking for that software to be able to solve? And a little pro tip around finding software, before you ever go out to the software and look at those little side-by-side comparison boxes to go, oh my gosh, look at all the features. This is amazing. If you had a software that did 127 different things, but you only need 4, then stop being obsessed about the 123 other things that it does. All those are going to be is distracting for you at this time. So a better way to evaluate software is this. Write down a list of everything you want the software to do. Make a dream list. Even if you want it to drive your car for you, write it down, see if it's out there. And then what you do is when you go set up demos with these software companies, take your list and say, can your software do these 8 things? And not only can it, but how does it do it? Show me those features in the demo. Because what they'll do in those demos is show you the other 120 features, but not really drill you down to the few features that you need this thing to do. So it's a little side tip based off of job costing and finding software that people usually get frustrated with. We want to make sure you stay on track with what you're doing. Okay, so imagine you've got the software and you need this software to help you job cost. Well, one of the ways it's going to help you job cost is determining on every single job, job 1, 2, 3, and 4, what are those slime cost of goods, the subcontractors, the labor, the material, and the equipment on that job. And here's how it works. Basic job costing. If the number of your slime is going to be $50,000 on job number 1, but the actual comes out to be $52,000, then you've got a delta of $2,000. So it's a negative of $2,000. And so you know on that job that your slime cost of goods cost The estimate was 50, 52, so you've got a variance of 2,000. That's what a job cost variance is. Very simple. What did you estimate? What actually came through? What's the delta between the two? And that shows you your variance to understand if you're going to be profitable in that job or not. There's a good probability that if you're over on the cost of goods and you're behind, already in the negative, you're probably going to be close to the negative on the whole job unless you can manage some other things. You're like, Scott, well, what else could I manage other than the cost of goods? Well, you can manage your overhead. If somehow you can manage to bring your overhead down, even though most of those are fixed expenses from month to month, it'll help you understand that. But here's what you need software to do. You ready? Slime 1, job 2, job 3, job 4. Get all your estimates, get all your actuals, give the deltas. That's what you need software to do, is to make that easier. And so for every job, you have a field that you can come plug your contract value in, you can plug your cost of goods in, see what the gross profit on that is, also subtract your overhead, and then run your estimate against your actual to get the delta. That's it. That's what software needs to do. And so what you can do is you can actually take this video. When you're going to look at a software, you can get the transcription out from this video or just give it to your software company and go, hey, this guy's talking about something that I want and I need to make sure that I get it the way that you do it. We're trying to do job costing this way, and we just need software to grab the contract value and suck out all of these expenses that are going to come so we can look at our estimate, our actual, and get the delta to see, are we profitable or are we not? And from that variance, you can start to ask those wonderful, rich questions of, do we keep building this kind of product? Do we move to this kind of product? Contractor owners are infected with the next thing disease. Some people call it shiny squirrel, whatever it might be. But there's a lot of contractors who go, wait a second, doing demo work. Why don't I just start a demo company? Wait a second, we do cabinet work. Why don't I just start a cabinet company? And the next thing you know, you're distracted because it's a profitable distraction. Yeah, it might have a little profit associated with it, but it's a distraction from your core, which causes your core to go down. You've got to be very careful for those of you who are doing this, and then you're doing that, and then you're doing this, and then you're doing that. How to run a construction business is very hard, but it's doable if you'll follow a methodology. In fact, since I bring that up, go ahead and click on a link in the description below. And I actually have a long form training for you that's about 30 minutes in length. It'll teach you how to build a system for your construction business so you don't get lost in all the, oh yeah, and I added that, and I added that. No, it's going to help you stay concise both with your purpose, your people, your process, and your profit, and will also help you to understand where job costing fits and where the software fits within the process. Because remember this about the software. If you don't have a process that's on repeat, then you don't need a software because it's going to cost you more headaches in the long run. So I want you to get the process down before you get the software. And once you get the process, you can put that on repetition, predictability, and meaning so your software actually serves value for what you need it to do, which in this case is proper job costing to understand the profitability of a business. Listen, we don't want you to run your construction business in chaos. Our aim is for you to be liberated from that chaos to make time for the things that matter most.